I came here in 1987 on a building contract in Port Vila. It was pretty hard not to notice and see how much the Americans had built here, and the Allied forces too. It wasn't just the Americans, it was the New Zealanders were here in a fairly big way as well. It is the biggest base during World War II outside of US mainland and Hawaii. It was the next biggest base in the Pacific. So it was a massive infrastructure. When you walk through the town of Luganville now, beautiful beaches like we're sitting at today, blue holes, is a major adventure tourism, or bushwalks and so forth. But as far as something to visit, like a museum in town, there isn't anything. We started about 2 years ago, and we got together and started an association called the Elwood J. Hewitt Association. And what we're trying to achieve is not just a little tin shed with a few pieces in it. We want to make a top international, world-recognised architectural building, which is based around a concert hut, an oversized concert hut. It's a known identity of Santo. So the museum itself, the architecture of it, will be emphasising that identity and capturing it to keep it for the future. We've got John Pierce, our architect, who's come on board in a big way, designed the museum. And it's quite a large site. It's a hectare of land, virtually in the middle of town. It's on the river, and it's basically on an old World War II site. It's got old slabs and stuff on it, which we will incorporate into the museum. People of Vanuatu are 100% behind us, and everybody you speak to are all excited about it.
The South Pacific World War II Museum project is a very exciting one for Saimaa Province. Not only will it provide job opportunities but generate economic development for communities which have plane wrecks and other military infrastructure. I can see the tremendous benefit this project will deliver to New Vanuatu people.
The museum is the hub where you would actually go to, and the museum is this is the museum. We're sitting in the museum. You could say effectively we will be the biggest museum in the world because of the size of our site. It covers all of the south corner of Santo. You go to the museum as the hub to be able to find out what do you want to look at. Do you want to look at planes under the water? Do you want to look at old airstrips? Do you want to look at sunken ships? Or do you want to look at remnants of hospitals and bunkers? When you go to the museum, then you can have all these. Some of them are walking distance from the museum, some are in like taxi distance and you can drive to the site, and then some of them are the adventure tourism ones where you actually have to track out into the jungle and experience it for yourself. That's the concept of the whole thing. And if you want to take it further, then you can actually go out and see it, feel it, and get that warm fuzzy feeling, if you'd like to say, of standing there where it actually took place.